Hey, and welcome back to the next episode of the RHDGUYS Podcast, the podcast for guys who like right-hand drives. I'm Bobby. This is Aaron.
Yo.
And we are back again. And today is episode 139.
Yeah.
And we originally had a buddy plan to be on this episode. Already recorded the intro and everything.
But it happens.
He wasn't able to make it. And no stress there because we have plenty of other opportunities to interview him.
Yeah.
However, we were like, okay, because we're like, you know, the type of people that don't roll with a plan B, really. We're instantly like, well, what are we going to do? Like, we're not ones to just have episodes just to have episodes, so to speak. We like to have, something that we can really build on.
Yep.
But those things generally don't happen like in a millisecond unless we're in the flow state and we're no, but so we're like, we just turned around, we looked behind us and we're like, dude, we haven't updated what we've been doing. People know that you're doing the SR20.
Yeah.
People know that I'm the typical GTR owner and stressing about a scratch underneath my side skirt or something, But I'm like, we should update them. We could also, have I have a few other little things that we could talk about that pertain to this. So, yeah, man. All right. I know you are the most excited, so I'm going to let you start with. So if you didn't listen to a prior episode, this guy had a RB20, right? He
RB20.
had an RB20, and it just wasn't there, to say the least.
Yeah, what wasn't there are the rings, I think.
Oh, okay.
So
wow, not married.
Yeah,
Got
I think
it.
they exited the chat
Divorced.
a while ago. Yes.
Yeah, they're divorced. That's dope.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's right behind us on a pallet. I mean, it just lost compression over time, and I think that was due to or not necessarily the best tune, and me just kind of hammering on it for years and just kind of saying, whenever it pops, then I'll do something cool, right? Mm-hmm. Well, it lined up, and she about popped. So
that's cool. They pick up stuff for the landfill on pallets now. I get it.
Come on, bro. You know that's going in the river.
Yeah.
Landfill. You got to pay for that, bro. Come on.
And so if you don't know, I had an S14 and it came with a spare SR20.
Yeah.
And it was
spare SR20.
Yeah. I know. And it was crazy back then because I'm like, oh, I don't even know what I'll ever need this for. But yeah, I mean, it came with it. So same with the S14 transmission. So the bones were there for a great swap. Yeah. And I had actually teased the guy about it a little bit, right? I'm like, oh, you going to put that SR in there? Kind of.
I played into it. I was like, I might just have to throw that SR in it, right?
Yeah.
And, dude, it sat on the stand, in the middle of the garage for months and months, dude. And I would, randomly send you things on Marketplace saying, hey, let's SR swap this.
Yeah,
and you would randomly send other things, I think we were looking for a mail truck at one time.
Yes, we were. We were looking for an LMTV, to put it into.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was just one of those things.
That's LMV. I don't remember what they're called. But hold on real quick. Yeah. Have you seen the new ones? The new mail trucks.
The ones with
9 feet tall, yeah.
Dude, insane.
Oh, wow.
They look like one of those, the Hot Wheels with the bubble roofs or whatever. It looks fake.
Yeah,
it's did AI draw this for you?
I know. They went with it. But yeah, no. And so finally, guy realizes this motor right here, the RB20, has no chance in hell of making it through another season.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Ain't no way, dude. I mean, so much smoke coming out of the catch can and just the compression was just, it was low across the board. I don't understand how it was running as good as it was. Because, granted, it burned some oil. Right. But, of course. I expected it to be misfiring and dying and doing all these other things. Dude, it still started up every crank, Yeah. It still wanted to run. It was just a little tired. And so, what we originally thought was, I just need to get a few things and I can get this thing in the car. Yeah. Obviously, the accessories weren't on there. The turbo was, which was great. It ended up being a little more in depth, right? Isn't it always? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. It was one of those things where it kind of just snowballed like things usually do. But I mean, at the end of the day, I kept it stock for the most part. You know, looking at it, you know, it looks like it might be modified. It has a Greddy oil pan, which only reason I got the Greddy oil pan was because the stock one was dented.
Oh yeah.
So I had to get a new oil pan. Well, might as well just get a Greddy because
yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Right. So I did that, and then I needed a power steering bracket. So couldn't just get a regular power steering bracket. I ended up getting a Tarx, which relocates the power steering lower. And for me, I think it looks cooler. It also gives you more room for turbo stuff, but it's not really a reason why I got it. I just got it because it looked cool, and I needed a bracket, and sourcing a stock one, I just didn't want to.
Yeah.
I could have, but I just didn't want to deal with it. So for the most part, I kept it stock. I did take off the front cover, do a full reseal on it.
Yeah.
Made it nice. And yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where every time I went to go put something else on, I had to order something else.
I had to order something else.
Yeah. So
of course you did.
It's been months of that. So
yeah. So, but okay. So when did you originally start? When did the car go out of commission?
So the car didn't really go out of commission until, I don't know, maybe January or February. It was still running throughout the winter.
Yeah.
Because I was doing other things. I wanted to relocate the fuse box that's in the engine bay. I wanted to relocate that inside, and that was one of those things where, I don't know why I was so paranoid about it, but I didn't want to do this like big modification and putting in a new engine and stuff. So in case anything went wrong, it was just less to have to sort through.
Yep.
I knew the car ran and drove how it was. It was just blown up, obviously. So I started doing the wire tuck, I guess you could call it, probably in November.
Yeah.
I think November.
That's way better than your like wrap time.
Oh,
yeah. So like clearly you're an engine guy and not a wrap guy. This
way more
here's your sound, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and I 100% enjoyed working on that engine, even though it was a pain in the ass sometimes. Completely enjoyed that more than wrapping anything ever.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
Ever.
And so okay. So I get this motor from a guy that we don't know. We end up meeting in Japan, actually.
Yeah.
Which was wild. And it sits on an engine stand.
Yep.
Forever. It literally sits. Who knows? It could have been sitting for years.
Yeah, who knows? I mean,
and so you get to the point where it's in the car. It's ready. When you go to reach for that key for the first crank, what's going through your mind?
Dude, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Because I'm just like,
did I turn off the oven?
Did I walk the dogs? Yeah, I mean, dude, a lot, because I mean, I've just put so much time into it, and you know, a lot of the time cleaning everything up and doing the whole resale. I just spent a lot of time doing everything and making sure everything was correct. That, you know, anything less than a startup, I was going to be kind of bummed, right? Or just super curious of like, what could it be?
And so what happens?
So I turn the key, I hear the fuel pump, crank it, nothing. And I'm like, ugh.
Like from full on to just half chub, like in half a second.
Yeah, totally. And I'm just like, all right. So what's it going to be, right? Like,
what could it be?
Like, because it didn't even try to start. It was just, you know, it turned over. You can tell when an engine wants to start, when everything's there, but it's just not starting.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell something wasn't there. So first thing I did was I checked for spark.
Got to check for spark.
Yeah, that was the first thing, right? That's the easiest thing you can do. So I did that, wasn't getting any spark. So I was like, well, why? And I noticed I had a loose ground off the coil pack harness. The coil pack harness is like literally one of the last things I put on, because I put the plugs in, put the harness on, and just I left it loose, I guess.
Wow.
Or I didn't have it on a. I had it on the valve cover, and I guess the valve cover where it was at isn't grounded.
Yeah.
So I just ran it to the side of the head, bolted it in, and I didn't even put the number one spark plug back in that I had pulled out to see if it was firing. And the car started up just at the bump of a key, dude, with an open cylinder. And it scared the shit out of me because it was so loud.
Singing.
Dude, I just turned it right off as fast as I could. I was like, okay.
Piston music.
Dude, it started.
Yeah.
It started. So I was like, awesome, that's it, right? So I put the spark plugs in, put the coil packs, got it all good. Turn the key over, starts like, dude, like a dream. Like I'd always remembered it happening, right?
Like a 99 S15.
Yeah, dude, just started right up. And I was like, this is sick. Nice.
That is sick.
And I immediately started, looking for leaks and doing that whole thing, right? And I revved it up, and I noticed it kind of stumbled. And I'm like, well, what? Wonder what that's about. So I do it again, and I notice it's hitting like a wall. So it's in limp mode.
Limp mode.
And I'm like, exactly. So I was like, well, what the hell could this be, right? And usually when it's in limp mode like that, it's usually the mass air meter. It can only be a few things, and one of the most common things is the mass air meter being unplugged. And I checked it. It was plugged in. It was getting signal. It was getting power. It had the proper ground. And I'm like, well, what is going on? And started checking the few other things and couldn't figure it out. I was stumped again. So I pulled the ECU out because it was one of the things that I did get used on by. So,
Bailly strikes again.
Yeah, when you're trying to pinch a few pennies, it might bite you a few times. So this was the only time that I really kind of got bit by it.
Yeah.
On this whole thing.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's really not, because I bought a lot of used parts off Bailly. Like the radiator, for instance, big part, right? But in the U.S., a nice new Koyo is $350, $400.
Yeah.
I got that radiator for $100 shipped, and it's a Gretty unit. It's a little older, you could tell. It's a little oxidized, but I mean, it'll clean up nice.
Oh, but, she'll rub out.
So I did save a lot of money in a lot of places doing stuff like that, but I knew that I was rolling the dice. Like buying a mass airflow sensor used from Bailly, it was kind of a roll of the dice because it comes with a filter attached. The filter's destroyed. And you're like, well, does that mean the sensor inside, is that going to be like messed up too because of it?
Yeah.
It's a roll of the dice, but saved enough money, and it did work.
So at this point, it's running. I've heard you terrorizing the local loop. So where are we at until you are confidently finishing out your summer driving the car?
So got a couple more things to do. So I got an ECU in, stock ECU, started right up. Everything's awesome. Runs and drives just like a stock S15 you would think it would run and drive, right? Runs great. I love it. I can't even
give me a ride.
Dude, I
know. I know. You can't even give me a ride.
So, but anyway, so the last thing I have to finish up is the power steering. I had to get a new high pressure line made because of the link. The links are way different.
Yeah.
And
that's what she said.
Chill. Oh. So anyway, got to get the power steering done. I had to get a new hose made, which I just got a regular one from an auto parts store.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, but it was $50.
Yeah, that's cool. Get it done.
Right, exactly.
Nobody sees it.
So I came to put it on, and the fitting that actually goes into my rack snapped, which was kind of a bummer, but not a big deal. They're taking care of it. Probably user install error.
Yep, probably.
Probably it was probably me.
Wow.
Most likely me.
That was super real of you to just
I'll fess up to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that fitting comes in, should be 100% and ready to rip.
So you think you'll make it to one Cars and Coffee this year? Just one?
Does my hood have to be on?
Dude, you instantly stress me out. This guy just wants to roll around with his hood off, and it's cool. Dude. It's awesome. It looks really cool right now. If you can see it behind us, if you're on YouTube, it looks really cool. But I'm telling you right now, when the county mountie comes around, dude, no hood, boy.
Is it that bad? Have you been busted without a hood up here?
You can't get an inspection without a hood, so now you're breaking.
I don't have an inspection sticker, though.
Yeah, I know. You're like breaking like multiple laws, I think.
They're like, hey, dude, we're like trying to be cool.
Like,
but
cool
no
skyline.
Hood, no hood is where we draw the line. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. They're going to call you Mr. Man and like all these different things because they're just so upset that you're rolling around without a hood. Yeah. Anyways, dude.
So anyway, I'm going to throw the hood on.
Yes, and he is.
I hope to make it out to at least one Cars and Coffee.
Yes.
And just a few other local meets. I've seen a few pop up like that have some pretty cool dudes putting them on, I guess.
So yeah.
I'm going to try to roll out to some of those.
Yeah, the buddy from Japan there, what's his name? Chris, yes. He wants to have some meets of like our type of cars, which is cool. Yeah. Totally down for it. I mean, I think it's like, what do you say, Thursday nights? Fridays? Yeah, we got to get with him. I'm down for that. So,
for sure.
I'm looking forward to you finally putting your hood on and, just being able to drive your car.
Oh, and my tach isn't reading correctly. Wow. I got a funny story real quick.
Yeah, funny story.
So I wanted to get a new tach. And I got on eBay and got on Buy, and I'm looking for the Defi tachometers because I want them to tie in with my other gauges, and they make a fatty 115 millimeter like big boy, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted one of those. So I get on Buy, and I can't really find any that are in my range. Get on eBay, and I find one, and it has the best offer, right?
Oh, great.
So, dude, I mean.
Where's this going?
I don't know about you, but I've gotten lucky a few times just throwing out the most ridiculous lowball offers on things.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, they can say no or they can counter, and either way, like, I don't know, it doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah.
So I throw a couple few lowball offers at this guy, and he's like, no, and it's down to my last offer. And I'm like, I'm just gonna send him a message. I'm like, well, hey, yo, like, what do you want for this? Like, what's it going to take, right? And he says, just make me a reasonable offer. Offer me half price off isn't that reasonable. And which is understandable. I get it. I was just trying to get that deal,
Yeah.
So we come up with a reasonable price, and I put it in. He approves it. Immediately comes back, says, hey, are you Aaron from the Right-Hand Drive? From the Right-Hand Drive Guys podcast.
That's a long one.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that's me lowballing the shit out of you, dude.
Yeah. I immediately felt like, not regret for doing it, but I was just like, ah.
Yeah. But wow, you never know who the listeners are out there. Hey, you hear that?
You never know.
Yeah, let him know that you're a listener. He won't lowball you. That's where he draws the line.
Or at least I'll feel bad about it if I do.
Yeah.
But hey, you never know, Like,
yeah, that's cool. Do you remember his name?
I don't remember his name.
Well, shout out to you anyways because you're listening because you're cool as hell. So
he's got a sick GTR out of Arizona.
Yep, Arizona.
Super cool guy.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I got an offer I could not refuse on my FL5 Civic Type R.
Oh.
So I converted it back to stock, which was easy because I just had some bolt-ons.
Yeah.
Converted it back to stock, got it out of here, got all the parts for sale. If you got an FL5, hit me up because I got some pieces.
Yeah, he does.
But yeah, so I sold that. No real reason besides, I don't really drive it, and it's not right-hand drive. And
yeah.
If I had the time to track it, maybe I would keep it because I think it would be a really awesome car for that.
Yeah, it would.
But just like driving it to lacrosse practice and stuff, I just was like, and because the tariffs on the last models between it, like the FL5 being discontinued and the tariffs on those cars, the value of this used 2023 went up. Yeah. So I capitalized on it. I'm not married to it at all. So
nice.
That's gone. And the GTR, which maybe you can see if you're on YouTube. I'm not sure. The homie Mike Suddeth had some Series 3 headlights. Amazing condition. Yeah. Gave me a killer deal on them.
Yeah, it was.
It's something I've wanted for a while, but like justifying like the huge price tag. Mm-hmm. His deal was too good to pass up. So, yeah, I mean, it just didn't come with one bracket for the ballast, which Aaron here whipped up a bracket for that in no time. Hey. It was really cool. It was that flow state thing again. I'm telling you, it was wild. But yeah, so we noticed that I had some axle boots that were torn. We swapped out the axles. Mm-hmm. I put in new ball joints, tie rod ends. Just kind of freshened up the front end a little bit. Yeah, it needed some love. I did a full fluid change. Yeah. And that's always fun. If you got a car with multiple diffs, a center, the whole thing, it's like you just going all the way through it.
Dude, the garage smelled so good.
Oh yeah,
that gear oil smell, dude. Oh.
Yeah, and so I'm just like, might as well, right? It's one of those things, and I had gotten the new lighting and everything, and so that was all put in, and I also had Mike Drexel do the retune. Yeah. I had felt like my tune wasn't all it could be for a while, and then...
Yeah, nowhere close, I feel like.
Yeah, and it's a lot better. I'll have to take you for a ride, but yeah, and so it was like the AEM somehow shit the bed. I had to send away my AEM for... to get it like reflashed so it would wake it up because I just couldn't connect to it. It wouldn't talk to the car. Yeah. Got that back. Had Mike do a new tune on it. Now it feels a lot more smooth. I'm not going to say it feels like insane more power, but it definitely gets there in more of like a smooth way. Yeah.
The drivability of it, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah. And I can start it without like having to pump the gas 87 times and like wait. Yeah. So definitely super happy about that. Yeah. For sure. But yeah, I mean, mostly it was just redoing that front end for me. And I mean, I finally just took it out after that for the first time. I know all you spoiled fucks are like, oh, you guys are just taking it out in June. What a bunch of pussies. Listen, dude.
Florida guy.
Yeah. We had salt and tons of dirt on our roads until pretty much the last, 30 days.
Yeah, not to mention just rain,
constant.
nonstop, dude. It's just been a mess here.
Yeah, and this guy, he don't give a shit. He'll drive in the rain any
I will,
day.
Honestly.
Not me. And not me. That's pretty much, I'm not doing that because I'm going to pay the price with so much time because this was the other thing I wanted to talk about on the podcast. Because, and I'm not afraid to admit it, I got a friggin' garage queen over here.
Yeah, you do.
I do. And so what is a garage queen anyways?
What is that? Tell me what your definition of a garage. Should we ask ChatGPT what?
No, I'm not fucking with that thing right now. No, I'm thinking a garage queen, dude, queens aren't a bad thing, dude. Like, why are we giving queens such a bad rap? Gender equality and shit. Like, dude, my car doesn't go out in the rain, Is that a garage queen? What is a garage queen? I get a trailer queen. Yeah. But, yours stays in a garage. Is yours a garage queen? Or, trailer queens always get brought around on trailers. Right. That's super easy. Right. Garage queens get stored in a garage.
That's kind of a...
Driveway queens?
Yeah, that term actually doesn't make any sense.
Not like that.
Yeah. What do you want me to park my car outside?
Just to make it not a garage queen?
Well, I kind of did the other day. The first day after I had it run, I was like, I'm going to back this thing out and flex it on traffic.
I just don't understand that one. It always did. Queen. It's like, I get what they're saying, right? They're saying mine's a garage queen compared to yours because you drive yours. Mm. And mine just stays in the garage, and... I just don't want anybody to hit me. Honestly, dude, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, that is very.
It's a legitimate fear.
It's a legitimate fear because, dude, someone that might not even understand what this car is
at all.
we could just take it out.
Right.
Just wipe you right out, dude.
Just by texting or looking in the backseat because their kid's throwing a fit, whatever it is.
Or you're an 87-year-old woman that shouldn't be on the road.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Yeah. And so that is the hard part, right? Like about having a car like this. And to some guys, you know, let's just say this is not anything, which I totally get. But to me, this is like everything. So I have the hardest time.
Yeah, it's a tough thing, right?
Because I admire the Japanese that drive their cars, have peppered with rock and that whole thing. I admire that, but like I'm not trying to do that. Like what? Right. Like I got all kinds of rock chips from driving up and down 95. Like that's not really the same. You know what I mean? So for me, it is hard, and that is why I would like to have something that could be a driver, so to speak, because. Yeah, like you're not so worried about that.
Right. Yeah. You know? I mean, dude, I'll freaking beat on it.
Right. Yeah. Which is what I like. That's
part of the driver thing, right? Like,
yeah, for sure.
It's one of those things you work on it a lot, maybe, but you can beat.
You work on it a lot.
You get rewarded by being able to beat on it.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how I feel about it, at least.
To me, it's to each their own, like it all depends. Like I said, it's not like any right-hand drive car I bought would be a garage queen. Like, is my 34 going to be a garage queen? Yeah, that sucks even worse. like that sucks even worse, dude. Like, I mean, I'm going to have just 2 cars sitting in here. And so I got to get some sort of driver. I want to get like some sort of budget driver, preferably rear-wheel drive, so that we could play around. Right-hand drive, budget, rear-wheel drive. As long as power to weight is decent, it doesn't got to be crazy.
Yeah.
Something I can skid around a little bit, be a friggin' dumbass.
You're looking for an MX-5, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I know. That's funny. That's what I was thinking too. Just line me up with the snow tires, dude. We got them, dude. I'll roast them.
We got them. We got the spare snow tires.
Yeah, I mean... That would be nice. Something that can just be beat on and driven on these roads. And if you take out my quarter panel, pay me. I'm not even gonna fix it.
True.
Like that would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'd be pretty freaking heartbroken if someone ran into my car.
That's what I'm saying. That's a little different.
If I crash it, I can only be mad at myself.
Yeah.
That's the difference between driving on the street and commuting and trying to enjoy your car on the daily. And
thrashing the hell out of it.
Thrashing it. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, so, hey, okay, well, speaking of, if you guys want to see him thrash his car, we will be at Import Alliance in Nashville, Tennessee, 3rd weekend in July.
Yeah, we will.
Check him out on Instagram, website, whatever. We'll definitely be there. We can't wait to be there every year. This is the event that we enjoy the most. We will have a booth there. We will be doing live interviews or episodes, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
So make sure to come out to Import Alliance. People drive from everywhere.
People drive from Maine.
Yeah, literally. And so it's worth it. But yeah, guys, we figured, okay, let's pivot real quick. The guest didn't work out. We'll have him on in the future. But let's just talk about ourselves, because that's like our favorite thing to do.
At least my car.
Yeah.
I like talking about my car.
Talking about the car. But yeah, we will be back at it with another guest next week. I'm excited for this one. Hung out with this guy a few times in Japan. Looking forward to just hearing his insight on what it's like to move to, live in, and be a part of the culture of Japan. So stay tuned for that episode. But for episode 139, I'm Bobby. This is Aaron.
See ya.
Peace.